check. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay. Funny thing happened. Today was going to be reacting, which I'm not even convinced I'm good at. I was going to react to some PoE 2 pre-release coverage and go over... doesn't matter now, because my best friend, generous bastard that he is, just gifted me a copy of PoE 2 Early Access, and we're going to see how long it takes me to get in the login queue. Depending on how that goes, maybe we have to react, maybe we don't. Let's find out, shall we? Oh, hang on. Okay, I had to let him know. He told me he wanted to hang while I was doing this, so... I can actually change the stream title. Hang on. That's honest. Path of Exile to First Impressions from a Disenfranchised Diablo fan. It's not exactly succinct, but it is to the point. So, let me see if I can go into options and fiddle with anything. Everything's looking good so far. Everything's functional. That's more than I can say for Monster Hunter World in recent play. I've been told I should be downloading item filters, but I don't think any of them have been developed for PoE 2 yet. I'd be just ripping something for PoE 1. You know, I'm not going to fuss with any of this yet. So, let's see what we've got to choose from.
Sorceress! You were banished by your Akara for experimenting with the elements. Arrogance has led you here, and arrogance keeps you on those gallows. Speak your piece.
Tempted to go solo self-found, but probably standard is safest. Let's see what options we have. Fire, cold, lightning. Standard trifecta.
Foundling! It is a pity to see you like this. You arrived on our shores a whipped and broken child. Our people made you strong. How were they repaid? Sedition and lies. Speak now if you choose.
Ranger.
Ranger!
Not my typical go-to. Suboptimal! Finally, yeah, and thank you in particular. I'm gonna have to find a way to get you back.
In the name of a filthy thief. Your guilt is clear. Plead for mercy, if you must.
Long range, agility, mobility does sound good. Crowd control, I'm not gonna mess around. This is the actual game. I am in the character creation, or what seems like it. If it's like D3 and earlier, or D2 and earlier, I should say, then there's not going to be much customization past names. But again, that's the very shallow surface level stuff. As much as I liked D4 giving you a CC, I would have liked more options, especially if they weren't in a store for microtransactions.
Speak your last.
Minions, this is probably what I'm going to go with, because I never got the proper Necromancer experience in D4. Okay, so Bone Spear,
Hired hand. One Rooted in Oriath, you fled like a coward. Every life has a price.
Yeah, gender locked as well. That was the way it was before D3.
Here you are judged and found guilty. What say you?
I say I did make some characters in PoE 1. I'm not sure how this is going to transfer over, especially since I'm not certain how it's going to work, considering my old account based on the PoE native launcher, or do they make it on Steam? I made, let me see, one of each of the 6 starting classes. I never unlocked Scion. That should tell you how much of PoE 1 I played. I made a witch that was supposed to be a necromancer, a duelist that was going to be a slayer, a ranger that was going to be either a Deadeye or a Pathfinder. I don't think I ever got that far on that character. A marauder, berserker, a shadow trickster, and a Templar guardian. I got one more to preview, actually. The monk.
Pagan! You failed to liberate your brothers, just as you have failed in poisoning my subjects against me. Call out to your dreamer. Let us see if he answers.
Pray tell. Okay, so DPS, mobility, and combo rogue. Okay. I feel like I'm gonna still go with Book 1 Ong. Okay. Ong Ang. Oh my god, I got infected by the Shyamalan-isms. You should have heard me mispronouncing Tigrex the other day. Ugh. My tongue is a traitor.
Foul witch! Your very own coven cast you out for your forbidden pursuits.
Let's see, I need a necromancer
Your twisted
name. Let me
necromancy
think.
ends here, at the end of a noose. Speak your last.
You know what, for my PoE 1 characters, I did 40k names, like Chaos, Necron, Eldar, Dark Eldar, Spec Marine, and Orc. Who was my Orc? Marauder. Okay, Marauder was my Orc, I guess. Head Gutta. Okay. Let's see. 40k names. 40k names. You know what, since we're going to be in a group, I'm going to be a filthy communist. Give me some town names. I'm regretting this already. That's a lot of punctuation. Did they run out of vowels and have to share? I wish I could show you what I'm looking at, but I know my browser's going to leak some personal info. Chassel Vespid Suith, Aun la Falsha Huren, Chassui Saseva. That's French! It's not bad enough they're communists. They're also French. You know what? Fuck the Tau. No. I'm going Necron. That can work. Moninor? Gimmicked? That sounds a bit more butch. Harkepta. There we go, okay.
Foul witch! Your very own coven cast you out for your forbidden pursuits. Your twisted necromancy ends here, at the end of a noose. Speak your last.
I speak my own name as a name of power, and heed the word, Harkepta.
What? The witch is escaping! Kill her!
I did not mean to hit skip base bar. God damn it. Well, shit. This is the part where we join the queue simulator. Oh dear. Exit to character selection. I'm going to delete the character and actually let the scene play this time. Okay.
Foul witch! Your very own coven cast you out for your...
Enough reading.
Escaping! Kill her!
Oh my god, the spacebar was just to skip like 2 seconds of animation. Why do they even give you the prompt to skip? Yeah, I would like to use WASD, please and thank you. This is in Diablo pre-accessibility options.
I will not join the dead.
Well, did it take like 2 seasons for them to add WASD? 3? Ah, pre-equipment attacks. Gotta love them. Okay. Since I've got my browser open anyway, again, I'm sorry you can't see this. But... let's see, where is my grinding gear games? PoE 1 PC servers are restarting now. Should be back up in approximately 10 minutes. Xbox servers restarting now. PoE 2 servers are undergoing maintenance. Some features may be unavailable. Trade servers are undergoing maintenance. Some features will be unavailable. And it looks like The Witch was the last one I was playing on PoE 1 as well. Alrighty. Let's see what we got to work with. Wow, you can actually zoom in properly. I'll be damned. How long did it take Diablo 4 to give us 1 millimeter?
I'm glad to see another living soul. The miller went off to warn Clearfell about a strange sickness plaguing our men. I was fixing to go after him, till that bloody thing got to me first. Now, all those who drowned in the flooding, suddenly they ain't so dead no more. I would appreciate it if you could... reach Clearfell. Find the miller.
The dead rise again. Oh, I'm going to like it here.
Perfection. Okay. Guess I can't bring his body with me. I'm short-staffed. Then again, short-staff, wand, tautology. Not seeing any resource being spent on that, so I'm gonna spam liberally. Gold is auto pickup. Good. Oh, a white. It'll have to do. I'm sure certain groups would say the same thing about me. Ah, large chest. There's something everybody not on an FBI watch list can support. I was just saying I was short-staffed. Here we go. Oh. Meant to hit I. Ah, there we are. dual wielding. I prefer the long one in my right hand. Call it personal experience. Does that change what I can do for my basic attack? No, it's very insistent on that arrangement. Okay. What do we have here? Scroll of Wisdom. Okay, I've got 3 of them. Better hold on to it. Target isn't going to do me any good, and I've already forgotten I'm using Wasta, not point and click.
This oozes darkness. I welcome it. I just found my path to power.
Okay, seems like reasonable restrictions on the environment. You're not going to walk yourself to a watery grave. Generous checkpoint early on. Oh, good. My posse's expanding.
My first taste of true power.
How many of these Scorponok-looking ankle biters do I get? Oh, however many I get, I don't keep them for long. P for points. And this is where most people who've never even thought of Path of Exile have their initial panic attack, because this isn't a skill tree. This is a town map. Oh, yeah. I can't even fit it all on screen by zooming out as much as possible. At best, this would be 3 screens, maybe 4. Everything for my minions. Mana refills generously. Not so much I can just stand freely. But I'm still having fun with multiple buttons. I guess the staff can't be bound to your primary attack button because it doesn't have a primary attack. It's there purely for the necromantic summons. I see the checkpoint northeast. I'm going northwest deliberately. I'm covering more of the map. Oh, hang on. It's remembered my original account. Good. Okay. The map is not doing me any favors at the moment, assuming that's what this is supposed to be. Does it remember anything I have? You know what? Fair. I never spent money on the original Path of Exile, but I did have some Twitch drops at some point.
The sisters!
Spacebar for... Okay. I know there's a cooldown on that, but I don't know where it is just yet. Press 1 to life flask? Okay, I guess it's not optional now. Get a taste of all 3 specializations early on. Reasonable boss. Nothing too fancy, but it'll get the job done. That'll do.
Impressive size, but little acuity. Dismal.
I'm not going to burn any scrolls of discovery just yet.
Well done. Please come inside.
Okay.
Is this all that remains?
Still better than the shore.
Renly's the name. You're skilled with the violence. If what you did out there in the riverbanks
It's
is
my
any sign.
speciality.
Another refugee from the Count's justice, I take it. Well, have no fear. This place is something of a hideaway for many of us now, and we could sorely use your skills in these dark times.
I have dark skills for dark
I'll smith
times.
for you what I can, if you're willing to bend your violence toward our defense.
Give me something to kill that drops loot, and my minions are yours. Or if you die first, you can become my minion. We'll work something out.
There's a beast of particular dark power stalking us out in the ferry. It moves unseen under the dirt and attacks without warning. We can't leave the walls to find food, and I've been unable to corner and slay the beast myself.
Okay, it sounds like simple grunt work.
Now, if you could channel your violence against this devourer, as Finn calls it, we'd be indebted to you.
Devour. I can eat that up. Oh my god, these dialogue options. We actually get to investigate rather than just milling around for random jibber jabber from NPCs. These are named too, not just roles. I don't think Diablo 4 has figured that out yet, and they're in season 6.
It's a shame what happened to old Brannock. He was a kind man in life, but I can't say I'll miss the creature he became. Oh, he tried to batter his way in for 5 full days once he rose again. Well, we thought we were done for, but then you came along, and I'm glad you did. This part of Farrell has been a fair home for many an Islamite generation.
That's a long way to go
The
to
Bards didn't always
making a
get along.
homonym of
We had to
feral,
settle our
like
feuds
wild.
when the Eternals laid their savage boot upon us.
It works.
We weren't able to take part in the Bloody Flowers Rebellion, but we had our share of conflict with them here. Their ruins run over the top of ours, fighting a silent war in stone. Well, this place was never meant to house this many people, especially not the sick and injured. But there's nowhere else to go. The monsters creeping out of the forest keep us locked within these wooden walls, and the Count's tyranny has made outlaws of everyone here, so nobody's coming to save us. I don't have the heart to tell the others I don't see a way to survive this. I put on a brave face, but it's the truth.
Courageous of you to assume you'll live long enough for them to even think of revenge. But I think that's enough out of you. I've only got 25 coins. I can't imagine that buys anything this early. So, I'll see ya.
Till next time.
A kind leader. Hopefully he survives.
Or if he doesn't, he dies within range of me raising him. Now, let's see.
Skeletal snipers do high damage but have low life. Skeletal snipers do high damage but have low life. They can be commanded to fire an arrow of poison gas. The clouds explode if an igniting effect or detonating skill is used on them. Skeletal warriors have high defense but don't do much damage. Use them to shield yourself or other minions in your army. Skeletal monsters that die while infected with contagion will spread the infection to nearby enemies. The damage of a contagion increases each time it spreads. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7 versus the 4. Okay, 11. DPS seems reasonable. Guess this is more for the wide coverage than precision targeting. Okay. Okay, doesn't seem like I can rotate this, so no RE4 suitcase magic.
We're not in hostile territory. We'll survive. Shows both of your equipped loadouts, or it would if I had more than just the shield. Factoring in that players would want multiple equipment sets. Diablo is only just getting around to the armory now. Again, Season 6 with the DLC. Oh. I'm not playing Diablo 4. I should stop talking about it, at least for a little bit. But the comparisons are there. I'm coming as somebody who used to play Diablo 2 religiously. Then I kind of started dropping off in Diablo 3. I came back a little bit for Reaper of Souls, and now D4 has just lost me.
By decree of the Count of Orgum, able-bodied men capable of excavation must present themselves at the manor at once. Failure to do so will constitute a crime.
Finish bot, yeah. So far, it's grabbing me. I'm just poking around, looking at people's names. Ah, and here's the stash. Okay. I verified that it did carry over my PoE1 account items, but I didn't have that much, and it's not really integrated into the current version of the beta, early access. I don't even know how you'd phrase it.
Welcome, violent stranger. I am Finn, and I shall be your humble provider of useful and diverse objects. That are most definitely not scrounged or stolen. If I don't got it, I can get it. You just let me know.
Okay, if you try being glib with me, just remember, you already know I'm a violent stranger. I'm willing to be violent, and I'll do whatever it takes to get some strange. So, do you really want to try and bend me over, or are you ready to be bent back? I don't think you're going to survive that. Do you?
This is a wooden tomb, if you care to see it objectively. We're not quite there
Violent
yet,
savior.
but food supply is dwindling.
Maybe Bardock would be more of a mercenary.
The monsters out there are not the ones that will get us in the end.
Okay, and what about Renly? Do you support the Baratheons?
Oh, Renly's alright. Only man in the village that didn't run me out of town whenever he saw me. Well, maybe it's because he didn't have a daughter to protect.
Okay, maybe you're hunting Strange harder than I am.
Later.
He's a devious one. I like him.
Why? Well, you cannot pet the chicken. I guess that means it's a 0 out of 10 for Reddit. Okay, already refilled at the well. Una,
Welcome
what's
to
your
the
deal?
camp of the lost, stranger. We survive, but we do not live. I am Una. All this began the night Count Gino took his most loyal men into the Grellwood. After he returned, a madness grew in him.
Was it the
Something
same
happened
madness
out
that made
there.
you addicted to,
Please,
I don't know,
I
My
beg
Chemical
you.
Romance?
Travel into the
Well, I feel
forest
right.
and
I-
begin your search. There must be some clue as to what took place.
You have to be working hard to wear florals and still be the most emo person I've spoken to so far. Then again, that's 1 out of 3. Not counting me rambling at the enemies.
I fear this land's sickness will only deepen unless we do something.
Mild concern about how sometimes it seems like continue quest is required, even though it does cause a bit of a break in conversation. But other times it just gives you the option to skip spoken dialogue. You know what? You're giving me a quest, it gives XP, I'm in. And I'm loving how you can actually speak with every NPC about more than just the one thing on their mind. It's not the same automated prattling as barely even counting as characters. Everybody's named here. It's not just a role. You don't go to the Smith and he's just a smith. You go to a vendor, and he's got a name, and apparently he might be a bit of a prick. But if he sells dagger, it might be the good kind of prick.
Renly brings the strength, Finn brings the wit, and I'm doing my best to keep spirits raised with my songs. Hope is the
You would stand to
only
be a
we
little
have
more
now,
chipper then.
but it's in short supply.
Short supply and growing shorter. You're lucky I can't play as a dwarf.
He doubts himself, but I know he will find a way to protect us. He is a good man, and I am thankful.
I want to know what seal gets me that Jabberwocky in the background
In
right
many
now.
ways, he reminds me of my father.
Right, daddy issues. I hear you. Okay.
Bye.
Cute girl. Surprised she lived.
Whose staff do I have to identify to get this thing? Oh, it's a Cerberus as well, or maybe more of a Manticore. I want to cuddle him and name him Mr. Mufflebottoms. Hang on. Jiggle physics confirmed. Clearly not a traditional Western game.
How can I help?
The Smith, the Fence, the Bard. All names, all more to talk about than just one fucking function. Yeah. And this isn't even the thinly veiled trap at the start of Diablo 4 either. It's just... it's a bunch of survivors. What are they doing? Surviving. I checked all the readables, everything interactable, so let's head out to the next zone. One extra skeleton warrior for the posse. See, even level 2, it's actually trying to keep me on my toes. I gotta respect that. Okay, everybody's still undead. Perfection. Oh, that's the checkpoint. I'm not going that way just yet. Ooh, puppy. That'll do.
I have received reports of a number of villagers hiding at the Clearfell logging site. Travel there and convey my order to return. Anyone refusing my authority should be considered a traitor and a criminal. Deal with them as you see fit, but bring their bodies back to the manor.
Seems like the minions take longer to despawn as long as you're maintaining combat. At least for the temporary ones, like those scorpions. So, even though I would ordinarily play this very defensive and slow-paced, I could push aggression. Minions auto-respawn, so you don't have to manually do it? Yes, but when it comes to things like the skeleton archers, if I opt for that later, I do need to remember they have separate commands. As long as I supply bodies, though, I've got plenty of minions to raise. One gold for 4 bots. Okay. Hopefully nothing respawns behind me, so we can get a clean shot back to camp. That'll do. Desert your legend, don't worry. How am I in scrolls? 6? Okay. WASD and point-and-click mixed is quite comfortable, I will say. Better than doing purely point-and-click driven. Mittens. That's worth all the massacres. Didn't you have to burn identification on him? You two try not to re-die. I can't work with just one of three. That was quite the rude awakening, but not unsalvageable. Is there anything left to uncover? Still a bit in the middle, okay. Limiting the CC does allow your characters to have markedly more personality relative to D4. I didn't take a hit from her. I don't know how hard she hits. No, I cannot dodge through. No iframes. Well, that should have been predictable. Got surrounded by enemies, couldn't dodge through them. Good. Forced me to try a little harder. What was that, 3 hits? Okay, yeah, I got wrecked. Make my monster grow. Dodge? Dodging is for me. My minions don't need it. I need more bodies for my minions. Get back in the action. go. Much better. Bosses aren't just free damage sponges outside from when they're broken. It's an actual fight. I'm not saying who that's a problem for, but you know what I'm thinking. That's how much damage that does. Good. PoE-like? I don't know, I think we need something snappier, maybe Exile-like. What's my inventory look like right now? Wait, there's no Scrown of Town Portal? Okay, maybe that's the masochist in me, because I kind of miss Scrolls of Town Portal from Diablo 2, even though they're not good. It's just nostalgia for when I was young and knew what I was doing. There's no way I can rearrange this. I need 8 slots. I only have 7, 8, And this notification is going to be annoying, because I can't actually fully organize my inventory when it pops up. I can get enough slots, it's just a matter of... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... Unless there's a way to rotate items. Glum Bastard, thank you for the first time chat. No thank you, however. I appreciate you hanging out. Let's see. I don't think there's a way to rotate these items, so... It's not Resident Evil 4. I guess I better just go back to town, yeah. Ah! 2 deaths already and just 1 random overworld boss. I like that. I'm actually gonna have to pay attention. Some ARPGs, they just want you to go straight for the lawnmower stage of tearing down everything in front of you. I like working for it a little. I'm not using quarterstaff, though. I'm using a scepter, right? Scepter. Okay. Doesn't seem to be an option for that. Nor wand, which I guess that's what occult and elemental are for. Okay, I can only manage one extra skeletal minion right now, so 2 warriors and 1 sniper. That might have to do. Maybe if I'd put that elsewhere. I guess it is just while you're holding it, you don't have to necessarily be equipable.
How can I help?
I should have a bit more coin. Let's see what you can buy and sell. What will you give me for things that are unidentified? If anything. 4 coins if it's unidentified. Okay.
Oi. Here's what I got.
Versus 18. Okay. I don't have a lot of these right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't even have enough to identify everything I'm holding. Yeah, I don't think there was any way of stretching that to be able to get an extra quarterstaff in the field. Or maybe I could have. Oh well, that's probably going to be a couple gold. It's very early on. Save a couple of scrolls. Okay, so I don't have to press Alt on everything for inspect. I can just hold it and then hover over. Good. Although it doesn't seem to reset when you're over... Okay, you do actually need to tap Alt to, or if you hold, it's going to stay on what you were previously looking at. Okay. Haven't needed mana flasks yet. I think I'd be better off with just an overall increased recovery rate rather than... Okay. There might be a benefit to holding on to extra of those, so I'll keep one of each in my stash. Four pages of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 144, 288, 576 spaces. And keep in mind, it's not 576 items, it's 576 of these cubic spaces, or square, not cubic. What does it take to... Nope, that's not working. Keep an extra of each flask. I'll sell the others. Focus energy shield 12 versus... not really going to be helpful. I don't think strength is pertinent for a Sork. A precise club, you say? Put the focus back in storage. Another case of me not knowing what I want to do with my build, so...
Hello. I survived, but all that I was is gone. Count Gino has only been growing more and more cruel with his justice. He arrested my father for bringing in the harvest one day late, and the rest of my family scattered and fled as the soldiers came for them. I was away when it happened, but my neighbors warned me on my way home, and I fled. Clearfell is as far as I could go before the dangers of the forest closed in. There is scant hope in my heart for my father. But I must believe my mother and my two younger brothers escaped, even though my heart tells me that they are just songs now. I keep longing for a ray of light to cut through the darkness of these bleak days.
You're very atmospheric, sweetheart, but I gotta tell you, you're giving me an earful.
Goodbye.
Hey,
What do you got?
feeling lucky?
Random. I'm not burning anything. I don't even think I... Could I? Nah.
Later.
What have we got? Bad enough I have all these folks to protect. I've been worried sick about my son ever since the Count's men arrested him. I was hoping you might have seen him when you were in their custody. He's a big lad, but you can't miss him because, well, he's not from around here. I found him washed up on the riverbanks when he was just a child, a Karoi foundling, perhaps lost by some raiding party. Nobody ever came for him, though. Every day here in Clearfell, I keep my eyes on the river, hoping he'll miraculously wash up on its lonely sands just one more time.
Keep on hoping.
Till next time.
Might as well just hold on to this since I was dealing with some enemies that were using cold, but the rest of this I'm going to sell.
Here's what I got.
Okay, you do have some things that are identified. I don't have a helmet yet.
I'll find some use for that.
Maybe I'll try other classes and burn through more scrolls with them. Try more weapon types too. It's early shit. It's unidentified. You know what?
That'll be useful.
Do I want to buy a helmet or the like? Technically not even wearing a cuirass yet. You know what? No. I don't need it. Not yet. Okay, when you have a... It knows to change your weapon sets depending on if you're using a skill exclusive to one or the other. Unfortunately, that does mean I can't use my scepter for necromancy at the same time as the shield. Okay. Let's see what we got hanging out down here, shall we?
A descent into darkness. I wouldn't have it any other way.
You're even more emo than fake Aerith. Stop that. Right, enough of that. Right now it doesn't seem like my minions are doing spell damage, so give them extra life instead. Hard to tell my skeletons apart if not for these auras, so... Let's see, who wants to be shirts and who wants to be skinless? Generous AI detection. You are still early. It has a great vibe to it. Let's see. dark and desolate without feeling... what's the word I'm looking for? Congested? No, that probably doesn't make sense. My brain will buffer it, probably figure it out eventually. Okay, that's everything that way. Now we're just doubling back. The darkness doesn't feel try-hard. It feels grounded in its own way. We're dealing with giant mudball men. This could be a Yu-Gi-Oh! GX hero for all I care. But it feels appropriate for the area. It's just the right amount of threatening. It keeps me on my toes. The game and the world are equal parts threatening. Okay, I thought there was something else in that direction. Might have just been my own guy. Early access, 400 types of enemies. I'd be surprised if Diablo 4 even had 400 total characters. At least before they added the, what was the name of the incursion? There's a new encounter type in one of the later seasons. Okay, threat abated. Enemy density feels appropriate here compared to Diablo 4. I know Diablo 4 has made improvements there. I've not gone back. Part of me wants to. I don't know if I'm in a hurry for it. Oh, we're surrounded. Good. Then we can hit them in every direction. And by we, I mean me, because my minions are dead. And so am I, probably. Mana is regenerating generously. I should spam that more often. Hatchery. Lootable pots, basically. Okay. $25.16 versus pure 30. 19. Okay, those are the ring slots. Okay. $29, $19. There's nothing energy based there, so might as well just drop that. Put that there, there. That'll do for now. No wasting space yet. Not exactly a traditional necromancer, but you know what? You can actually equip a wide variety of gear. I gotta just stop doing that. There we go. What was this? A new random modifier. Okay. Maybe that'll be relevant later. 2516 versus 2516. I prefer this look. Multiple checkpoints, non-linear placements. Actually exploring rather liberally. Okay. Yet another checkpoint. It's feeling a little too generous, though. I might regret those words. Every time. I will fall for that every time. Dangle in front of me. Ooh, piece of candy. Bonehead quiver?
No.
Quiver, I think that was a 2x3. This is big. I don't think it's going to be worth it. Two by 3, yep. Why do I retain that information already? I don't play... Whatever. I haven't played a bow yet. Might be relevant. We'll see. Every time I walk into the mud wall, man. Am I supposed to have 3,000 defense? Oh, I baited in a second one. Perfection. I thought you were going to be behind the chest, not the opposite wall. You baited me. You outsmarted my outsmarting. Shabby hood. I think most headpieces are 2x2. That'll do for now. If I want to, I could pick up the club again, but... Why did my brain go to Dead Island 2, where I could just throw items out of my inventory? Of all things. It had nothing to do with... My brain is not braining properly at the moment. Sorry, that notification was me, not you. Ooh. What do we got here? It's a named location. Don't tease me with a good time.
Pretty worm.
Using the boss's own extended tail for cover. I like it. I don't think I can damage the tail, though, unless I'm misunderstanding something. So if he's looking at the tail, I wasn't paying attention to where I was standing. And there we go.
Always outsmarts the word.
That's the right amount of edge for that.
I think not.
How big is this? Another... Oh, it's a 2x3. I thought it was a 2x2. Let's see. I know, no way I shake that is that gonna even out. Okay, that's enough of that. $610, 5, 1.45. I can't use this as my current class, but again, I have a stash, and I am planning on making multiple characters, so we can twink things around. I'm not over how good this looks. And this is early access. This is unfair.
Ah, finally! Took down the Devourer, did you? Oh, that's incredible! This is the first real success we've had against the darkness. We can breathe a bit easier now. Perhaps even go out and gather food.
I don't think that tunnel was
Now,
exactly
this
in the
won't
way of
cover
your
our debt to you,
farms.
not nearly. But take it as thanks.
Okay.
Till next time.
I am going to be right back. I'm back. Let's see, where did we leave off? It's gonna put, if nothing else, that hammer in the storage. Leave some extra apparel in there too. Help whoever is starting next. Nah. Maybe. Energy shield 12, energy shield 12. Sure, I'll take more skeleton warriors. I could turn them all into little kamikaze skeletons. I could turn them into literal meat shields. Deal less damage, but they take more hits too. Even though fire damage isn't universally beneficial, I feel like it's too fun not to stock the Aloha snack bar.
Why, look. It's our local hero.
It's a bit of a strong word.
You
don't you
killed
think?
the Devourer in its own lair. That's mighty brave of you, hero. Now at least we won't starve to death. One less
Plenty
way
other ways to
I
die.
guess. Who knows what prizes await? Sure, I'll take it off your hands. See ya.
That'll do for now.
Yes? The Devourer is just another victim of the sickness infecting our
Everybody
precious land.
actually gives a shit about what you're
Many
doing for the
Goblin
quest,
beasts
even if they
are
weren't a quest
fearsome
giver,
and
because they're all
dangerous.
impacted, you know?
Not like this. The infection
Multiple
in the
dialogue
soil,
options, multiple
water,
just
and
reactions
air
in general.
is changing them. All of them. It is sad to see such a great creature slain,
Great.
but it was no longer what it once was.
Its primary defense mechanism was its
Had to be
ass.
done.
I could have got that out of a Conga Lala, and it would have been using mushrooms too. Now that's a day. That's a Friday night. Was there anything else I need to do in here? I don't think so. Right, back to exploring. Ah. Sork seems to be doing me solid so far. I think Witch was probably my most played in PoE 1, but I could not tell you how long. Just, I dabbled. I'm not sure how long you need to be away from the map before it loses the uncovered sections. Already read that notice earlier. Keep bracing with my left shift. I was clearly playing something. I had that as a default blind recently. Could not tell you that. I'm not getting punished for it, though. Should be what I need is along the northeastern ridge. There we go, the Grellwood. Oh, I don't think I have a belt yet. There we go. Two-handed mace, that's a lot of storage. And I'm not even sure how soon I'm going to play that kind of warrior.